afternoon, everyone. Before I embark you to my circular prosperity story and journey, I have to tell you something how I feel today. Terrible. I'm a shy person. I'm going to blush the whole speech. I don't want to be here. My family and my piano teacher know I don't like to talk in public. So even if you pay millions of dollars. But I'm here today. Woo! Why? Why? I don't know. Yes, I know. I have exciting news to tell you, and I can't keep them to myself, and my family is bored of listening to them. So it's about climate change. Yes, big letters. So what comes to your mind when you hear these two words? Woo, I'm not going to have to be able to have children anymore. I have to give up everything I love. I want to do something about it, but I feel useless, powerless. I hear about droughts. I hear about wildfires. I hear about hunger. Great. It's what we call eco-anxiety. And climate change is that scary beast that frightens us. And human beings, when we frighten, what do? We freeze. It has been explained by this environmental psychologist, American, called Desmond Kirwan. He wrote, climate alarmism is like defeatism. It leads to exhaustion and inaction. Burnt out people cannot save the world. Great, well, let's do this and go. Bye. Well, I'm here to tell you another story, to change the narrative. But before we do that, I'd love you, after all these talks and this COP26, to close your eyes for 10 seconds, and to think about things you love, things that make you smile and excited, colors, shape, people. Thank you. Now imagine you get up every morning and you go to work to really tackle all these exciting solutions about climate change that will make your life better. You will make better products and services that will make a difference to our lives while protecting the planet. And while doing that, make exciting people and be successful for you, your employer, your business, and better life for us all. No, I'm not an optimist. No, I'm not a crazy lady. Another person, very high-profile sustainability guru called Professor Jeffrey Sachs said at the BBC the other day, "Ooh, I heard these climatologists, they're very nice people, but they scare the weeds out of you. I'm a sustainable guru, and I couldn't get up now. I can't sleep." Well, yes, I can, because there are solutions. So I'm here to tell you about the 3 great news and the solutions. The story goes, I was a young student in politics and economics in Paris in the 1980s. And it was all about growth. Buy, consume. Then the world will be a better place. People in developing countries will get jobs, get education. Then they can buy all these things that make our life comfortable. So let's go for growth. Great. So I started working, I was very lucky, in a company called AMI Music, flagship of the British music industry. Business analyst. I had a fantastic career working with disorganized, crazy, fun people that I had to organize. And I was promoted to the corporate office in New York and London, fantastic. But then after 9 years, I hit the wall. I left, completely disenchanted. Corporate world, not quite, but yes. For 2 years in the last job, I was working in the new media digital industry at the time. And I tried to convince the senior executive, the big bosses, that the future was digital. No more selling cassettes and CDs. They didn't listen to it, so I left. And I thought, all people rule the world and businesses. They can't comprehend change. They don't accept that the world is moving on. So I left. In the meantime, I had worked with wonderful entrepreneurs like Shazam, and I really learned that entrepreneurship is fun and that innovation is key. So children arrived, and I started a home-based business selling eco-friendly party bags. because in France there's no party bags, but here there's a lot, and we have 4 children, so there's a lot of party bags, and a lot of plastic in this party bag, and a lot of plastic that I threw away in the bin. So I thought, it doesn't work. And what I learned of being a social entrepreneur is that business is not just about profit, profit, profit. It can be about people, planet, and profit. I became a social entrepreneur and loved it. Went to study sustainability in London because you couldn't do that in Paris in the 1980s. And then I discovered the first piece of news I want to share with you, called CE. Any idea? That's the kind of letters? No? Another picture to help you. I need another picture. This is the boat, a trimaran of someone who showed us the way to CE. Any idea? She's a lady who sailed across the world solo and beat the world record in 2005. Sorry? Ellen MacArthur. Yeah. Ellen MacArthur. Yeah, well done. Ellen MacArthur, what did she learn when she was sailing? She learned that every piece of item that we build is precious and need to be kept, and that nature needs to be looked after. Famous woman sailing. She drops sailing. 2010, she created the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. Why? Because she's passionate about CE, the circular economy. What is the circular economy? It's what I didn't learn at university. I learned linear growth. You take resources from the earth, you consume, when it's not working, it's broken, you throw it away. So you damage the earth twice. Wow, that was not great, was it? Well, fortunately, the circular economy is the solution to all our problems. It's all about every product you make is recyclable, repairable, reusable. And you don't feel guilty about consuming them. You can buy computers, you can buy phones from companies who are joining the circular economy. I won't tell the names, but they exist, so come to see me after the talk. And this is the great news, is we don't have to reinvent the wheel or a new vaccine. The solutions are there. And there's lots of fantastic startup and entrepreneurs going about it. So what we just need to do is go on the circular economy journey and convince all the businesses, as consumers, as employees, to scale and accelerate these solutions. Is that all right with the first solution? Yeah? Ready for the second? Sure? OK. The second is even better, or is also good, is about inclusion and empowerment. I referred to some of the talks before. For the last 2 decades, people who were working in sustainability, CSR, scientists, we've been talking to ourselves all the time to these conferences you were mentioning. And we didn't welcome the people who are outside the zone. We were in the sustainability zone. Next slide. So what I'm here to tell you is everybody who is not in the sustainability zone yet is more than welcome. We need everyone to scale and get to this circular prosperity. But you might think, I know nothing about it. CO2 emission is too complicated. It's all about numbers and watts and CO2e and what does E means. And so that's what we need to do as people who are in the zone, is to welcome you and make you understand we need every skill to come and join us to make it happen. It's a bit like you go in a dinner party and you're a meat eater and you realize most of the guests are vegans and vegetarians. Whoops, you feel bad. But that's wrong. That's because the vegetarian and the vegan should embrace you. They shouldn't make you feel bad. You're not the bad person. They're not better person. So that's the good news, is now we can all be flexitarian. So it's all good. OK. So think about this job where you get up every day, you work on circular solution that makes better product and are the solution to a better planet. So that's the second piece of good news. You are welcome. Come on, join us. Because even people who have nothing to do originally with climate change, like psychologists, doctors, nurses, sport addicts, they're like, what am I doing with climate change? Well, I'll give you an example. Mathieu Wittfoot, he's going to come in the picture. He graduated from Loughborough University. He just loves sports. That's the only thing that he really cares about or cared about. And then he discovered that if he cycles around the world to promote recyclable solution, if he swims the Lake Titicaca, which he's going to do in 3 days, dragging a raft that had been recycled 5 times and then leaving it to the local communities to clean the lake that is super polluted. He's super successful. Everybody wants to meet him. He's been on all the TV, radio stations. He's making money out of promoting circular economy while doing his passion. So it's not because you're not a business person in sustainability that you cannot promote and work in circular prosperity. Ready for the third piece of news? Sure? Still awake? Okay, have you heard about this jargon? Net zero, decarbonization, carbon neutrality. Simple. It means money, money, money. Go for it. The net zero journey is all about all these governments, local authorities, corporates, hedge funds, social impact investment. Going to pull trillions, we're not talking billions, trillions of pounds to train you, us, to learn about all these new technologies. I mean, all the corporate companies are looking for so many new people to even in oil and gas, to join the renewable energy. So come on board, because you are needed, and there is money, so you're going to be really successful at it. That's the third piece of good news. I promise I stop here. But what I want to say to you is basically, it is the time now to get on a net zero train for everyone. You are more than welcome to. And imagine this world where you go to work with a purpose, you're successful, you know you're going to make products and services, like John soon, going to really make a difference to people. You don't have to give up on your lifestyle. Just transform it from linear to circular. So it's not a transition. It's a radical transformation that we have to go about. But everybody can join. So that's my solution. So after this talk, go online, Google circular economy, all this training, all the jobs, all the work experience you can get, and you're going to get paid for it. So and the good thing about it is that maybe it will help you to solve all these very worrying questions about your future and the future of your children. As Mandela said, I will never lose. I either win or learn.